iFILM, London. iFILM, London.
This is James Helder for iFILM London. I'm live inside the TRAD TKO gym with my former amateur professional boxer and world-renowned trainer, Jimmy Tibbs. How are you, Jim?
All right, thank you. Very well, thank you, yes.
Really good to have a chat with you, mate. We're here today for Kevin's media day, official media day. He's looking good, looking strong.
Yeah, he's looking very sharp. He's finished all his heavy stuff, just a couple of pads today, a bit of shadow, bit of speed ball. Yeah, he's done all his work now. He'll get weighed in tomorrow.
How much of today is what you guys would normally do, or how much is for the cameras?
Oh, we just done a little bit today for the cameras, break a bit of a sweat, but we do a lot more than this generally. But he's reached his peak now this last week or so. He finished sparring last Friday. He's peaking and he's had good sparring. Everything's gone very well.
Could you give us a little insight into the sparring? Has he been going out travelling on the road, or have they brought anyone specifically down, or anyone in the camp?
No, we've had Colin Lyons, British welterweight champion. He's in our camp. He's been sparring with him. And another fellow, a welterweight, light middleweight called Federico. He's Italian, but two good sparring partners, especially Colin Lyons. I mean, he's a good fighter. Livened him up, and no, if we win this fight and go for the world title, we will want to use Colin Lyons if he'll let us. We've got to talk him round.
How much do you know about the guy Kevin's in with on Friday night?
I don't know a lot about him, but I know enough to know what we're going to do. And you know, like, it's not going to be a walkover. It's going to be a tough fight. But the league that Kevin's in, if you're not ready for it, they're all tough. So you've got to be ready for them. You know.
Don't think there's any easy fights at the level Kevin's fighting at.
Not at that level, no. So he's always in top shape now when he goes out. I know we had a bit of a mishap with the Katsidis, but that's not going to happen again. And he's in good shape.
He looked fantastic against John Murray. Really great performance.
Lovely result that was. Boxed well, had his head on right, trained for it, and I could say he's done the same again. You know, this time.
Now, throughout your time involved in boxing training, you've trained some great fighters. You've been around some great people.
Nigel Benn,
Michael Watson,
Lloyd Hannigan,
Frank Bruno,
Barry McGuigan.
You're one of my personal favourite fighters.
And yeah, lots of other Frank. You've mentioned Frank Bruno, but I've handled all types of fighters, from world title contenders, world champions, European champions, British champions, Commonwealth champions. So, you know, I've got quite a good record for that. How
does Kevin stand instead to some of them fighters? I know it's hard to compare fighters and everyone's different, but mentally to some of them champions.
Well, when you talk about the likes of Lloyd Hannigan, who's probably one of the best fighters I ever trained, he's a great world champion. Kevin's got a couple of more rungs to go up yet to get to his level, but he's not far away from it. If he dedicates his time he's got left in boxing to boxing, he'll probably reach it.
Talking to Kevin and just hearing what he's got to say, he seems to be really focused. He seems to be living right and kind of living the way he should have been before. That's
right. He's living different now. Unfortunately, he's had a bit of personal problems, which I can't go into. But yeah, I think he's sorted all that out. That's why he's got the mental attitude that he's got now.
Do you think, hopefully everything goes right for him this fight, onwards and upwards, do you think he's going to get the fight with maybe Brandon Rios?
Well, that's up to his manager and promoter, Frank Warren. I think he's going to fight Ricky Burns if he wins this fight. That's what they're talking about. I mean, Brandon Rios, I don't think he comes into the equation yet, but I don't know. I mean, that's up to his manager, but we'll worry about that when that comes round.
I think Ricky Burns will be a great fight. Everyone in the country would love to see that fight. No, maybe I'm being a bit quick saying Brandon Rios, but I think the level Kevin's at, you know, it'd be good to see him in the biggest fights he can get.
Well, being as he's already world champion, Ricky Burns and Brandon Rios, if he beats Brandon Rios, that'd make a good double header, wouldn't it? But it's not up to me, it's up to his manager. I'll train him for the fights he tells me to get him ready for, and everything's been going great guns.
Well, Jim, as I say, I want to thank you personally for taking the time to talk to us, and I really do appreciate, you know, I could talk to you for a long time about boxing. I really do like that. And we'll be watching Kevin on Friday, and hopefully he goes out and does the business.
Thanks very much. Very kind of you. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. James Helder with Jimmy Tibbs for iFILM London. Thank you.
iFILM, London. iFILM, London.